Hello everybody, Hassan here, engineer, MBA, and investor. And in today's video, I want to talk about Square, the company Square being valued $1 trillion market cap by 2030. Before we do that, guys, please like this video, smash that like button. It's quick, it's free, it's easy, really helps this channel. If you haven't subscribed, guys, please subscribe. We have great things coming this week. In fact, we have a special interview by Wednesday night. It will be published. If you are looking forward for that interview, guys, please subscribe, hit that notification bell. You'll get that interview right in your notification box on YouTube. So, guys, I want to make this video on the company Square, and I've talked about this company in the past because we cover some of the cryptocurrencies, specifically Bitcoin, right? We talk a lot about Bitcoin, and in fact, Square, the company, they have what they call the Cash App, right? This is a mobile app. It is used all over the world in specific regions, but more importantly, it is used in US. It's not available in some of the countries like Canada, but we are hoping and we are expecting this to be available in other nations as well, such as Canada. Canadians will have access, hopefully, to Cash App. And what really is the Cash App is that it allows you to basically buy and sell Bitcoin, right? And basically transfer Bitcoin to wallets. So really obviously this company is a lot more than just Cash App. It's a lot more than just Bitcoin. Square actually was founded in the late 2000 early 2010s, and really what it was basically it came about with the idea that merchants would now be able to communicate directly with consumers, with citizens. And it's been in the news as well that a lot of merchants do not have access to specific credit lines, specific loans. And Square saw that opportunity, and this is specifically Jack Dorsey and his co-founder Jim. They sort of saw this opportunity to say, hey, what is going on here? We have all these legacy systems in place to help merchants, but they're not really helping them. If anything, they're making it more complicated. And we know in US, in Canada, in Europe, small businesses run the country, right? Small businesses, medium-sized businesses. And really, over the years, Square really built this ecosystem, which we'll take a look briefly in this video. But really, this ecosystem favors the merchants and the consumers, right? The citizens, right? Because it allows things to be more smooth. Allows companies, specifically small businesses, to sort of interact with their consumers, with the buyers directly, without having to go through layers of legacy banks and legacy institutions. And obviously, over the years, Square, the company, they sort of saw the opportunity with Bitcoin. And in 2000, I believe in 2016, they released Cash App, which is what we just talked about. And this is where they are today. But we'll go over their ecosystem shortly. I just wanted to really cover this article here on Motley Fool, which obviously is well known around the financial world. And this article was titled, Will Square be $1 trillion stock by 2030? Right? So right now it is definitely worth around 100 billion, I believe, 100 billion, maybe a little bit less than 100 billion. So we're looking at over 10x, right? And this article was literally written 3 days ago. And the key points really is that, yeah, so it crossed 100 billions, and investors will have to contend a massive valuation and near-term uncertainty and a growing competitive advantage, plenty of room of expansion, and could attract more investors, right? And really, the article, besides talking about price and valuation, it really talks about how Bitcoin could propel this company forward, how Square actually has a competitive advantage having that ecosystem, right? And we'll take a look really shortly what this ecosystem is. But there are other competitors like Stripe. But Stripe is a private company, still a private company as we're making this video. Stripe is definitely popular in the developer community, but sticking with Square for a second, Square is very popular across many regions in US specifically, and even in Canada. For example, concerts. Right, I went to one of the events festivals we have every Sunday in Montreal, and they had the Square hardware. They had the Square hardware, and basically Square, the company, makes a little margin off it, but every transaction they sort of make a margin, right? And obviously there's a monthly subscription and yearly subscription that they sort of offer to their customers, and their customers being small businesses and medium-sized businesses. And then what happens is that Square sort of offers other features, right? It's not just about having that hardware to sort of communicate with citizens through their credit card, their mobile wallets or whatnot. It's more than just that, and that's exactly what we'll take a look at here. And this article was on Seeking Alpha, but that's not the article I want to talk about. It's actually specifically the ecosystem, right? So let's pull up this graph over here, and clearly you can see here that the Square ecosystems, right? So you have the seller ecosystem, and then you have like what we call the Cash App ecosystem, right? So we'll focus on the seller ecosystem for now, and really you have a point of sale POS system, and you have all the management payment, and that's what we talked about, the hardware, right, that allows to manage payments through from directly from citizens, consumers. But these businesses, what also are offered by Square, the company, is all these features, right? Look at this payroll, right? So we actually saw that in the other article they talked about ADP. So you don't have to deal with other companies to deal with specific payrolls. You can directly deal with Square since you already have their wallet, since you already have like pretty reports and dashboards to see your transactions over time. Why not just implement directly with Square with your payroll to your employees? It makes your taxes easier at the end because you have everything sort of unified, right? You have your invoices, obviously, reports, dashboards, beautiful reports, transaction report, extremely useful for obviously maintaining and supporting your business. You can schedule appointment, capital raised, right? So Square is very popular to really give loans to their small businesses, especially during the pandemic. Many small businesses were sort of requested loans, not just to Square but other companies, including banks. But Square has been, right in front with this, offering these loans, offering these capital to their businesses, because, like I said, this country, in Canada, in US, in developed nations, small business and medium-sized businesses are very important. If they need capital, you need to have some sort of way to provide capital. And Square, they sort of promote the idea. Sort of promote the idea that they can offer capital at almost no credit check. So it sort of allows more small businesses and medium-sized business to have access to capital, right? Because you need capital to run your business, and that's just keeping up with inventory, no matter what product or services you're offering, right? It just makes sense. E-commerce, obviously, Square also offers this ease transition with e-commerce, right? We know everything's going digital, so not only you have on-premise, but you can go digital as well. The Square Card, which Square also offers, virtual terminal, developer path platform, so it sort of allows APIs to interact with their ecosystem, and they have full control over their API. Obviously, they being Square. Square for restaurants, obviously Square is a big player in restaurants. I remember I was not really to restaurants, but I was buying local strawberries in our region, and when I went to buy those strawberries, the guy pulled up his Square hard wallet, the hardware from Square, right? It's like where you can put in your credit card. I just found it extremely cool, that local farmers can use Square hardware, and this is in Canada. Imagine what's going on in US and different regions around the world, which I believe they will expand significantly. So that's pretty cool. And Square for retail, obviously, customer engagement. And so that's their ecosystem. Again, it starts with the POS, it starts with their hardware, but then they can offer all these features with, obviously, it costs, right, for small businesses and medium-sized businesses and even large businesses, right? They have to pay up to Square, whether that's a monthly subscription, yearly subscription, doesn't really matter. What matters is that they have a recurring revenue, and that is extremely useful. And that's what we talked about when we talked about competitive advantage. It's not just a a financial institution that allows you to sort of interact with credit cards. There's all these features that they offer. And then on top of that, guys, there's the Cash App ecosystem, right? Which we started with this video, and now we're back to this point. And this is what they released. Like I said, it's a Cash App. This is both. This is actually for consumers, right? And this is all about Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin. And in fact, you can even buy stocks now. You can buy stocks, sell stocks. So this is more than just Bitcoin. Actually, this is more than just cryptocurrency. This is not just about a specific, specific vertical. This is all about stocks. We know what happened during the pandemic with stocks because of inflation, because of governments printing money. All these assets propelled. This got new investors in the game. This is what we cover in this channel, guys. We want to cover several companies, several stocks that we believe could yield a high reward for long-term investors. And that's exactly one of these companies we strongly believe in. Look, they're allowing you to trade stocks, sell stocks. Again, you make commissions off it. The Square makes commissions off these stocks. They probably have also a roadmap to sort of increase that revenue model. Obviously, for stocks, they talk about it in their shareholder letters, and also the direct deposit. This is actually reference to the PPP program in U.S. During the pandemic, where you can directly deposit your government stimulus checks directly to your cash app, right? And this is more money to this company, which is extremely useful, right? So I think my mouse just died, but let's just keep going here. I don't know what happened here, but anyways, so that's pretty much it for their ecosystem. Again, quite a significant cash app ecosystem, and quite a significant seller ecosystem that we're just looking at. And again, this is their shareholder letter, the last shareholder letter, and there's quite a lot of information. It's really beautifully laid out. They really talk about the PPP program, their direct deposit, their ability to give loans to their consumers, their merchants. Ultimately, one of the customers for Square is small businesses and medium-sized businesses, and the ability to give loans, to give capital to them is extremely powerful, and it's extremely supportive, right? You build this brand, and actually, maybe we could talk a little bit about branding here. I truly believe Cash App, I truly believe Square as a company, it has the biggest brand out of all fintech giants, right? So we talk about PayPal, you talk about Robinhood, you talk about any of these companies, Venmo, right? Obviously, Stripe as well, right? All these institutions, organizations, and so on. I truly believe Square has the biggest brand for newer generations. I can't talk about older generation, baby boomers, and so on. But for this newer generation, Cash App, is all over their smartphones. Square as a company is very popular. You see the hardware, you recognize it. It's almost like the Apple feeling, right? A fintech giant. That's how I feel. Maybe I'm giving too much props to them, but I really feel they've sort of developed this brand. And in fact, if you take a look at their social media platform, whether that's in Instagram, on YouTube, on Twitter, they have this following, they have this brand that's very powerful. And in fact, they're even selling clothes to their in their website, so that I find that really interesting. That's sort of a company that is built on financial technology that's supposed to be boring. They sort of develop this culture, this brand that sort of promotes the newer generation's lifestyle, right? This is extremely powerful, guys. This is not something that's been done before. It really gives me the feeling of Apple. Again, Apple was meant to be this hardware boring company, laptops, computer legacy sort of hardware, and just sort of develop into the iPod, and eventually, obviously, the iPhone, now AirPods, Beats, and so on. You see this cultural feeling, right? This is what we talk about branding, lifestyle, right? It's not just about the respect, and it's not just about liking the company and what they're doing a great job for the consumers. It's bringing that brand, but building that brand sort of initiate conversations between citizens, right? Initiate people's conversations. Say, hey, you have Cash App, let me transfer you money, And I really think this is extremely powerful, and I think this is something that they have as a competitive advantage. It's, again, the ecosystem is very important, and they only operate in 6 developed countries as of today. But we truly believe they'll be expanding, and that brand will keep expanding. And again, the last point I'm going to make on this company is that with Jack Dorsey on the helm, obviously Jack Dorsey is no joke, guys. This guy basically is the CEO and founder of Twitter, and it's extremely interesting that a financial company led by also a social media platform CEO, which is extremely useful, guys. We know what social media can do in today's era. We've seen what happened in the past. Social media is extremely important for information, for transfer of information, and the fact that the CEO of Square also leads the literally I believe the second biggest social media platform besides Facebook slash Instagram. I truly believe this is extremely powerful. I mean, this is one of the reasons why Square was able to propel their branding, right? This is one of the reasons I truly believe that Cash App has an advantage over other financial technology companies, right? And there's nothing wrong with PayPal and Venmo and Stripe that's going to be coming in public markets and other companies, and they all have specific use cases and specific customer client bases. But Cash App has this brand that I think it's unmatched. I truly believe Cash App and of course Square as a company will be able to propel to a $1 trillion market cap company by 2030. 2030, guys, is 9 years. There's plenty of time to get this happen. 10x is definitely possible. This company has gone multiple since that's 2017. Look at this chart, guys. Just look at this beautiful chart. In 2017, this company was worth less than $50 a stock, and today it's worth almost 250. So what is that, like 5 times? That's in less than 5 years, and that was obviously before their expansion with Cash App. And things have changed because of the pandemic. Things have gone digital, merchants have gone digital, and again, think about the ecosystem. You lock them in the ecosystem. So I'm really curious to see and hear what you guys have to say about this company. Maybe a few words about Bitcoin, maybe a few words about Cash App. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think. Again, I think this is one of the revolutionary companies. I have truly a lot of respect for Jack Dorsey as a CEO, as a leader of not just Twitter, but obviously of Square. And I think this company has the leadership and the branding to sort of execute to that valuation by 2030. Again, we didn't really revisit to the specific financial side of things, balance sheet, income statements. That wasn't really the purpose of this video. It was just more to go over this article, talk about the company, talk about the ecosystems, and potentially talk about the branding, the importance of branding in a company, and of course of leadership. So thank you very much for watching. Like this video if you liked it, smash that like button, guys. You guys know the drill. You guys know the YouTube algorithms. Subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see each other in the next video where we potentially show an upcoming interview that will blow your minds away. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great Monday. Thank you.